Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jerry, and today I'm going to talk about The Mandalorian. I'm going to be doing an episode by episode review of each episode. There's going to be minor spoilers. I'm going to try to keep any major things kind of quiet, but it's going to be coming out way after the episode, so specifically to not worry about spoilers. So hopefully we'll get to talk about it. I'll tell you my thoughts. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of like laundry lists of all the different Easter eggs or the story points or all that stuff. There's a million videos doing that. I'm just going to give my opinion. Hopefully you can tell me yours in the comments and maybe have a little discussion. That'd be wonderful. So I want to apologize for the lighting and setup here. I'm obviously very new to YouTube and doing this up. I don't really have a setup. I'm using my cell phone here and just sitting in a room. So thank you for understanding. Alright, so The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, which your overall would be Episode 9, because the first season was Episode 8. And this one is titled The Marshal. It was directed by Jon Favreau. So I believe he also did the first episode of the first season too, so that's a nice, mirroring. And I'm not sure if the rest of the season is going to be doing that. It'll be interesting to see if it does. Alright, so this episode, from the beginning to the end, felt very action-packed and action-heavy. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good way to kick it off with a bang, and we got to see a lot of good stuff. And there was a lot of fan service and homage thrown out to the fans. If you want to start digging into all the Easter eggs and different things, you can spend a lot of time doing that. It's really cool to see like different droids, see different locales, see different kind of things here and there. Small things like the Tusken Raiders staying in one line, all that kind of stuff. It's really great to see for fan stuff. And if you've seen my other videos about the behind the scenes that we got to see for Disney's galleries, then you really know how much of fanboys Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are. And you can see it in every episode of The Mandalorian. Right. So also, jumping to the end, the very nice cliffhanger. It was excellent. It made me really excited for the next episode. And I'm not going to talk about my speculations there. I'm going to say that's for the end of this video. But I have a little bit different speculation than what other people think, because of what I've read and what I've heard is different than what I think. So you can tell me yours. Right? So, and this episode took place on Tatooine. Now, initially, when they said they were going to Tatooine, I was a little unsure about it, because I'm like, we've been to Tatooine in all of the trilogies, and the original trilogy, obviously that's where Luke is from. The prequel trilogy, that's where Anakin is from, and then in the sequel trilogy, they end the trilogy on Tatooine, which is nice, which was a nice way to circle it all together and bring everything back. But we've been to Tatooine, and even in The Mandalorian, the first episode took place on Tatooine. So I was kind of like, we've been here, we've done that, but I think that it really worked well because of where they were going with the story. And I need to, trust in Favreau and Filoni. They know what they're doing. So it was really good. So the big spoiler of this video and of the episode is that we get to see, they've been talking about for a long time, that we're going to see Boba Fett or his armor in The Mandalorian, and this is the episode we get to see Boba Fett's armor. And I'll admit, for like a second, they have had me there. When he first walked in, I'm all like, there is no way that's Boba Fett. And like, he doesn't look right. He doesn't look buff enough for Boba Fett. And oh, maybe he's gotten a little older. Maybe it is. And they kind of had me thinking for a minute. And then once the helmet came off, I immediately knew, like, obviously that's not the same guy. I don't know if he's necessarily too young. The age might be okay, but we all know what Boba Fett looks like all the clones. So I knew immediately that wasn't him. But to find out who that was, which was, I'm going to make sure I got his name right. I'm sorry, I keep looking at my notes. Cobb Vanth, which, for those who don't know, is an extended universe character who basically has almost the same kind of story, but obviously more detail because it was in the book, of what we see in The Mandalorian. So how he got Boba Fett's armor, how, kind of what he's doing in that town, kind of person he is. They very much follow and stay true to that expanded universe. So for those people who are always talking about the expanded universe, that was our Star Wars for, since the Return of the Jedi and all the way until the episode 1, that has been our Star Wars. And I agree, I have books, I've read them, as well as the video games and all the different shows. So I completely thought that that was excellent homage to the fans, to the extended universe, to all of that, to have this very cool character in it. And hopefully we'll be seeing him again. Right now, so that was definitely a very exciting thing to see him. Now also, I of course really liked, and everybody really liked, the Krayt Dragon. This big, monstrous animal that we've heard from episode 1. When you hear Obi-Wan making that Krayt Dragon call to scare off the people from and save Luke, they went ahead and he did that Krayt Dragon call, and they may have even sampled that directly. It sounded just like Obi-Wan when they made that call. And this thing is a crazy beast. And from what I understand, that's how they depicted him in the show, is how it's been shown in other things. I hadn't seen anything about the Krayt Dragon before, so I can't compare, but I just know it looked amazing. It was gigantic, it had great hard skin, the tough skin, and rows of teeth like a shark. So it was very intimidating, very cool looking. And the people treated it with the respect that you would imagine. It's almost like a mythical creature that they were, giving it offerings to try to appease it and keep it at bay. And that, Cobb Vanth had told Din, the Mandalorian, look, I'll give you this Boba Fett's armor. I know it means more to you than it does to me, because at that point he had already proven himself. That Cobb proved himself to the townspeople. And so, I'll give you this armor, help me destroy this monster that is terrorizing us and killing people and is going to eventually destroy the town. So then, again, the Mando has to go in and help destroy this beast, go on another errand. It's a new mission for him besides a child. And so it was a great story, and get to see really cool action in it, and the whole way that they fought the dragon, that Din was able to bring the townspeople and the Tusken Raiders together and have them sort out their differences, which we saw a little bit of that in season 1, where he had the townspeople come together and work out their differences from a different planet and everything. So you could see that he really has a way with people, even though he's this gruff Mando who kills people left and right. He still has a way with people. You can see that in there, and it's nice to, despite having that helmet on, you can't see his face. Something about him, he's still able to kind of get these people, which makes me wonder if there's a little bit of Force working in that, the will of the Force. But I mentioned the child, so where's Baby Yoda during all this? I give a big thumbs up, good job for Favreau for keeping the baby kind of on the side for this story. I was very worried going into the new season that we're going to see, with all the success and everybody be like, oh my god, Baby Yoda, and they came out with all this merchandise, that this was no longer going to be the Mandalorian, it was now going to be the child. And he put my fears to rest in this episode. We saw where the child was, they were checking in regularly with him, but he was almost like a set piece, almost like a reason to get Din on the Tatooine. And the baby was really a small character in this, which I thought was very good. And I thought that, we got to hear his coups, we got to see him do a couple of funny things. It was nice to take back from the action a little bit. It was a perfect amount of Baby Yoda for me. All right. Now for my speculations on who the cliffhanger mystery character is. So we see at the end the episode is over and everything is resolved, and we see someone looking onto the city from afar. You see from the back up, you see the two Tatooine suns, the twin suns, setting, that classic shot. And you see the outline of somebody, and they turn around, and it looks like it could be Boba Fett, and that's what everybody's saying, is that it's Boba Fett. You know what though? There are thousands of people with that face, that clone army. I know that they have accelerated aging, and so who knows how old they would be in this timeline, but my personal opinion, and what I think I kind of diverge from a lot of people, is I think it's Commander Rex from the Clone Wars show. And the reason I think that is, obviously you have Filoni on this, and also we all know that Ahsoka Tano is coming to the Mandalorian. And so I think that this makes a perfect connection to bring Mando in to meet up with Ahsoka by way of Captain Rex. or Commander Rex, because he was captain until the last season of Clone Wars, and he became commander. So I think that Rex would be an excellent bridge between the characters, because he has that warrior mentality. He also was able to keep himself from getting his brain scrambled from Order 66. He was able to fight that, and he helped Ahsoka. And so I think that he very well could have gone into hiding on Tatooine, because he knew, at least I assume he would have known, that is where Anakin is from. And since him and Anakin were like brothers, like Obi-Wan and Anakin, like they were so close, that I could see him going to Tatooine and hiding out there and say, I'm gonna keep undercover, keep myself hidden, even with Ahsoka maybe, or at least maybe they started there, or even we could find out all more. There's a whole slew of things of how Rex could have ended up there. But to go different from what everybody else is saying, I don't think it's Boba. I think it's going to be Commander Rex, and I think he's going to connect over to Ahsoka, and that's how Din is going to go ahead and meet up with Ahsoka, is through Captain Rex. So tell me what you thought about this episode, The Marshal, Mandalorian. I thought it was an amazing start to the second season. It was great to see these characters again. The hiatus between season 1 and season 2 didn't feel too bad at all, mainly because I did have the gallery behind the scenes ones to fill the time for that. So I still had some Star Wars stuff to watch. I think this was excellent. I'm super looking forward to episode 2, which would actually be episode 9 if you just follow episode 10 if you're just following through. This was episode 9. And so please tell me what you think in the comments. Subscribe, ring that bell, like, and tell me what you think and what you want. And also if there's anything you want me to kind of go over, if you want more Easter eggs, if you want more details, if you want more spoilers, please let me know in the comments, and let's have a conversation. Until next time guys, thank you very much. And I'm not going to say may the force be with you, because they all end off like that. I'll see you next time. Bye.